I'm going to talk about something that I probably hate more than anything, and it's HR. Trust me, it matters a lot more than I care to admit. So I'm going to tell you a story. We hired this guy as an engineer for our roller shutter company. And with roller shutters, you always need two engineers on every job because they're heavy and you can't fit them solo. So if even one of them is off sick, not only does the job fall apart, but the other guy can't work either. So for a full family owned business, it can cost thousands and thousands because jobs get cancelled and they get rescheduled. One Thursday, this guy calls in and he says he's broken his hand, so he can't do any fitting and he might be out for 2 to 3 weeks. It turns out he broke it playing football. I said, like, really sorry to hear that, but we can't pay you for the next 2, 3, or 4 weeks, however long you're out. And he obviously wasn't happy. Now, just to be clear, we've always been very good to him. We've paid for driving lessons. We actually helped pay for really expensive medical bills once. We generally bent over backwards to help him and his family with other private stuff. It's not like we don't look after our staff. It's just this was going to cost us loads. So I said, look, this is why people get insurance, not that critical illness cover one, but the salary protection one that kicks in if you get injured outside of work. I recommend you to get that going forward. Anyway, fast forward a year and same thing happens again. Thursday, he calls in. This time he's broken his foot. I know he did it playing football, but this time when I asked him, he was like, oh, I did it at work. And obviously the reason he said that is because if someone gets injured at work, we actually have to pay them. So I was like, okay, what job did you do it on? And he says it happened when he came back to the warehouse because he slipped throwing some cardboard into our skip. Now that skip, by the way, is just for paper and cardboard and maybe bits of plastic. There's no danger, there's no heavy lifting, it's just a cardboard bin. But it's also the one place at our whole site where there's no CCTV. So I told him straight up that I don't believe you and we're not paying you, so he sued us. Now, part of that, a health and safety inspector comes around, and when he came in, he caught us out, but not because of the injury, but because we didn't have a risk assessment or method statement for the skip. It's literally a giant bin, but because we didn't have this risk assessment for a giant bin, we were technically in the wrong. So yeah, HR seems boring until you get burned by the stuff you thought was just common sense, but get the paperwork done, even for the skip. Anyway, we got caught out, so hopefully you won't.